Here on the O2 Garage, we've had a lot of different project cars over the years. We've had, vans and trucks and cars and, barn finds, and we've had nice cars, new cars, old cars, and we've bought them and we've flipped them. But there has been one project vehicle that I've been looking for a long time. And when I say a long time, probably close to 20 years, maybe even longer, I've been searching for this vehicle. And they're quite rare because back in the day, they weren't a very common or highly desirable thing. But to me personally, it was. And just recently, through the powers of the internet and Facebook Marketplace, I managed to find one. And I'm so excited to have it here, and it's in the garage. You want to come and have a look? You want to come and have a look? Let's go and have a look. All right, you ready? The new project car, project vehicle, project machine from O2 Garage is... Can you work out what it is? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here it is. Here it is. You ready? Set. Ta-da! Have a look at that. It doesn't look like much, does it? But I have been waiting nearly 20 years to find this bike. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, okay, he has well and truly lost it. Why has he bought a BMX? Well, the reason why I bought a BMX is pretty simple. When I was growing up, my very first brand new bike was a red BMX bike with yellow tough wheels. Here, I've got some photographs, I'll bring them up on screen now. And we actually bought it from a place called Sports World. And the tough wheels were really cool, but the bike itself was called an MX 121. So it wasn't the most desirable like a Redline or a GT or anything like that, but it was still a pretty good bike. It wasn't too bad for back in the 80s. And I had one, and my older brother had a black one, and his black one had yellow wheels, and my younger brother, well, he was too young, he didn't have one. But I went everywhere on that bike. I went to BMX tracks and I rode around, and I really did think I was one of the BMX bandits. But this particular bike came up on eBay, on Gumtree, and as you can see, it's an MX 121, and it is absolutely complete. But this is a rare version. This was the chrome frame with the blue rims, and it still has all that, but it also has things like the very distinctive handlebar arrangement, which is really 80s. This is very 80s style, and it also has the pads on it as well. I don't know if that seat is original. The tires certainly aren't, but the one thing on my bike that this one still has are these really cool pedals, and also that brake. So the crank is the correct, although the blue is incorrect. So it has a lot of the original features still on the bike. And what my plan is for this is to restore it, and restore it back to the bike that I had, because you can still get the tough wheels, you can still get the red tires. You'll notice there's no handbrakes on it, it's all back brakes. It was a very basic BMX from back in the 80s. And I've got it, and it's mine, and I've taken 20 years to find it, and I'm super pumped up. Oh, and in case you didn't know that I liked BMXs, have you ever seen up the top here and seen the bikes that are up there? Well, this bike here is Tom's. He saved up his money to buy that one. This is a Diamondback. I don't know if you can see them. That's Tom's very first BMX. There's Ruby's first BMX right there, which is pretty cool. And another one of Tom's bikes up the top. And this was a bike that I always wanted. I'll pull you that one down. It's actually got a trick head stem set on it and stuff like that. That's a pretty cool late 90s, so mid 90s bike. But this one right here is the bike I've been waiting a long time to get. I've got it, and on the O2 Garage, you're gonna watch a fat middle-aged man restore an old 80s BMX just the way he had it when he was 14. And I might even get out and about and roll around. I've got a couple of mates with BMXs, so we might get them together and do a bit of a catch up. I'm so stoked. And it's rare. It is so rare, so hard to find them. And I've got one. Now, before I go pulling this bike apart and, you know, ripping into it and getting the frame painted and all that sort of stuff, what I'd like to do, because it's a complete bike, is I'd actually like to maybe get it up and running and just cut a couple of hot laps and just see what it's like to ride an old BMX again. And there's a bit of stuff that needs to be done to it. I've got to adjust the headset, do the wheels and tyres, get the tyres pumped up, make sure the brakes work, adjust the seat saddle at the back and the post. And outside of that, it should be good to ride. So I'm going to do that first. Okay, so I think it's ready to go. Now you can see I've adjusted the handlebars at the front to a little bit more of my spec, pumped the tyres up, checked the pedal side of things and checked the brakes, which are all okay, but I couldn't get the seat up. But I don't want to mess with it too much. It is not an original seat. I can see it's a thing called a Velo, and the seat post clamp is original, so I want to make sure I keep that. But right now, I think it's ready to go for a bit of a burn. Let's do it. Test ride number 1. I actually feel like I am 13 again. Here we go. Yes! Oh, I feel my knees crack. Actually, this actually brings back a lot of memories. Wow. All right, okay, I'm gonna give it a high speed. I think we need to give it a bit of a high speed. All right, down the hill, here we go. Please don't crash. Yeah! Yes! Oh! Oh! It worked! It absolutely worked, my old MX121. Wow. I remember being a cool kid at high school when I first got it, going in. So let me tell you what the plans are for this awesome bike. I'm going to completely strip the bike down now, and I'm going to go back to red with green tufts. Green tufts, come on Jace, yellow tufts. I'm delirious from all the fun riding. So this is the new project vehicle for the O2 Garage. It's a little bit smaller on the grand scheme of things to what we used to, but I need to do red handlebars, red frame, red forks, yellow colorings, and all sorts of other bits and pieces. But I can get things like the handlebar grips. I can still get those. I've got the pedals, I don't need to get those, they're red. But I do have a lot of work to do on it. And I don't have to rush. It's one of those projects I can just take my time with. So I hope you enjoy watching an old vintage BMX bike be restored by a very fat, middle-aged man who is going to relive his youth. But this is it. I'm stoked. And actually, you know, when I finished, this is going to be a cool addition to the back of the Dodge truck. Yeah, this is going to be a rad project. Well, that's it. It's a short, sharp and shiny episode of the O2 Garage this time around, just to show you this fantastic new project. I hope you enjoy it. Please hit like and subscribe down here, and please leave us a comment. Tell us about what BMX you had growing up. What did you have when you were in primary school? Was it a GT, or was it a Redline, or, you know, was it something exotic like an American brand, or was it an Australian brand? You know, was it like a PK, not a PK Ripper? What was the other one? Apollo, or you know, MX121, Sports World, or something like that. Red Devil, and there was Red Devil and there was Blue Devil bikes. Oh man. That's 80s if I ever heard it. But yeah, again, hit like and subscribe, leave us a comment, tell us what your BMX was, and who knows, when we get it together we might do a vintage BMX catch-up. It'd be pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode.